Hi, so today I will be talking about Slenderman, and I will be discussing how I came up with the idea of this design and bring up a topic on folklore and how Slenderman is a very interesting contemporary form of folklore today as it was compared to in the past. So, as you all are familiar with, certain legends like the Mothman and Men in Black, creatures like the Slenderman is quite peculiar because it all originated on the internet as a Photoshop contest, actually. And it was a very elaborate kind of backstory in regards to how the Slender Man came about. Eventually, it became popularized and was made into a movie somewhat recently. Unfortunately, it had really not much anything to do with the actual Slender Man. In my generation, I grew up with creepypasta, for those of you who are familiar, and so Slender Man became a very phenomenal viral thing where there were many collaborations as to how he came about in his origin story. It's not quite consistent, and sometimes a lot of indie video games based off of Slender Man, the lore kind of changes here and there, and it's not exactly clear as to how he came about. We all know that he's just some creepy figure who stalks kids and kidnaps them, kills them, maybe. So I was highly disappointed how the movie depicted Slender Man, and I guess it's interesting how the media tries to appeal to a certain generation of audience, but it's funny because me growing up having read creepypasta and being familiar with the lore, and now being at this age, I would have expected some mature content, but now it's not exactly clear as to how a lot of modern day internet folklore is going to be received today ever since they butchered Slender Man. I know that there's another show called Channel Zero, which draws inspiration from creepypasta at least, and tries to cater to the mature audiences like me who grew up with creepypasta stories. So, in regards to my version of Slender Man, I decided to take on a more edgy approach and depict him as some being who could disguise himself, but a much more aggressive and alien-like creature. And I no longer wanted to kind of stay in nostalgia land, and I wanted to try something a little bit different. So in this case, I made Slender Man a creature that can crawl on all four, and kind of that is informed with a completely different backstory where he was an alien all along and is just really hungry for flesh. And that's simply how I wanted to depict Slender Man. But I do hope that in the future, a lot of these creations that are collaborative in nature could be taken seriously. And even though the lore could be a little bit inconsistent, it would be nice if they can make references. If any, I guess, video game, mainstream video game or movie could draw actual references from the lore, and I think they would do it justice. So anyway, that is my topic for today on Slender Man. I hope you enjoy that time lapse and my discussion, and I'll see you on the next one.